We're recording, so I'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so today we're going to talk about discussions, just very briefly, how you can have a discussion with your students in the class. And then we're also going to talk about the copying information from one course to another, copying an entire course, for example, your course shell into your other courses that are automatically created by the Infinite Campus import. And then we're also going to talk about exporting courses and importing a course from an exported file. So those are today. I had said this would be the last session of this, but I may have one more next week. I've got a few more little things. They're a little bit more advanced, but a few more things that you might want to know this before you start making your, or while you're making your course this summer. Okay, so going over to Canvas. When we are in our course, I'm going to show you a discussion to add. So we're in our course, we find the module that we want to add the discussion to. So I'm going to put it in Unit 2. And we click the plus sign there, and it's one of the things that we can choose to drop down and show. So I'm going to add a discussion. And this is a new discussion, so I'm just going to put new topic and add. And again, like the usual, it shows up. Oops, I forgot to give it a name. So when we go in here, I'm just going to get rid of this one and add it. I can't believe it let me add one without a name. So back to home. We can go in and add discussions this way, but again, I don't recommend that because you want everything to be in your module. So we're going to go to add a discussion, a new topic, and down here I'm going to give it a name. What is your favorite color? And then we add the item. Now we have to click on it and we have to go in and edit to put more. So the discussion name might just be favorite color, and then down here you might say what is your favorite color. You might want to include like a YouTube video about favorite colors. If you already have one picked out. And I don't know that any of these are good. All right, so we'll just include that one. Embed. I'm going to embed a video. We're going to put some directions on here for the students, like a question about how to do that. No, okay. Stop. And we can attach a file if we want to. And then down here we can also allow threaded replies, so we can allow our students to reply to our question and also to reply to each other. We can check this box. This is kind of nice if you want the users to have to post before they can see everybody else's replies, so that way a student just doesn't go in and read somebody else's response and then write their own response based on that. They have to actually post something first, and then they see everybody else's and they can go in and respond to other people's. The podcast feed is not something that we're really going to use. Probably if a student had a RSS reader, you could post your discussion as if it were a podcast for them to get an automatic notification. If you want to grade your discussion, you would check this, and then that would bring up where you could put the points in. You can also allow liking if you want people to be able to just click the like button if they think somebody's made a good point. And then you can add this to the students to do. If it's not graded, then this shows up. If it's graded, that doesn't show up because it's a graded assignment, so it's automatically put there. And then group discussions. I may talk next week or later about what groups are. So I'm going to skip over that for right now. And then of course you've got your available to and from. And remember, it won't show up until the available from date starts. And once the available until date is over, it disappears for students. Then I can either save or save and publish so that it shows up for my students. And then here is the discussion. We can go look at what that looks like for students. So I'm going to go over here to home and go to student view. Go down to my unit 2, and what is your favorite color? Here's the discussion, and notice the little icon here is like 2 little discussion speech bubbles. So you can see that that is what that is. Here's what's your favorite color, there's that, and I can click in reply and say, I really like blue because and they can put whatever they need to in there and post their reply. And then once they've done that, then they could reply to someone else's also. So they would see everybody else's once they've replied. So that is discussions. Really quick and easy, a good way to get students to give some input. And so that's discussions. Any questions? Okay. All right, well then we're going on to the copying assignments between courses. Okay, so if I have, let's say that I have in this, I have one quiz that I want to copy to another class. I'm in the course right now. Let's say I want to copy, let's just do assignment 1 into another course. I am going to go over to my dashboard and I'm going to go to the class that I want to copy it to. So I want to copy it to Shell Course 2, which doesn't have anything in here. So I'm going to put a module, module 1. And all right, so in my module, once I'm in this course, I'm going to go down to settings on the side. And I'm going to go over to import course content. So I'm going to find this. Now this is a little confusing. It says copy a Canvas course. That makes it sound like you want to copy the whole course. Right now I'm just copying that one assignment, but I still choose this. Copy a Canvas course. I'm going to search for the course name. Once you start typing, things show up, but this is, it was called Shell Course, or Course Shell is actually what it was. Course Shell. So I find that. Now, I'm not going to choose all content. I'm looking for just that assignment 1. So I'm going to click specific, select specific content. And also, I might want to just keep the due date the same. If it's from one class to another and the due dates are the same, I can do that. Otherwise, I'm going to adjust the due dates. I can shift them, or I can just say remove it, and I will, once it's imported, I can do it on my own. And then I'm going to click import. It's saying select content, so I have to go over here and go to that course and find what it is that I wanted to do. I want to click, I want to get assignment 1, remember. So I could check this box that would bring all assignments. I don't want that. So I'm going to go to this arrow. And once I do the arrow, it shows me all assignments and imported assignments. This is the one that I want, assignment number 1. So I'm going to check that box. And then I'm going to go down here to the bottom and just check select content. So if I wanted to do that assignment and a quiz, I could do multiple things. But once I check all that I want, I click select comment. And then right here, it shows me that it's queued. It will start running a little bar depending on the size of the assignment. And then once it's completed, I know that it's in there. Now it's in the course, but when I go to home and I show my module, I don't see it in the module. That's because it is over here in assignments, but it's not where it needs to be. So I'm going to go back to my module, and I'm going to click the plus sign because I want to add assignment 1 to this module. So when I click the plus sign, it's listed down here under imported assignments. So I can click assignment number 1 and then add item, and there it is. I can go in here, click the edit button, and I can change the dates if I need to. Down here on the bottom, because I told it to remove the dates, and then once I'm done, I save and publish. So once it's published, it's there. So that's just importing one thing into your course, okay? That was pretty simple as far as but it's a lot of steps to go in and do that one thing. Now, let's see, I don't see any questions. If we want to, let me check my notes. Let's say that we want to copy the entire course in here. If I want to copy an entire course, then I'm going to do kind of the same thing. I'm going to go to settings. I'm in the Shell 2 course right now. So I want to copy my course shell that I created over. So I go to settings. Oh, there's a question. Hold on. Let's stop the share. Do I have a question? Chat. Yes. Yeah, a lot of stops. Yeah, steps. Yeah, you're gonna, it is a lot of steps, but you'll get used to them pretty quickly. And everything is, just remember, go into the destination, and then you can go back to the place that you go into the place where you want to copy it to, and go to settings and import. That's the biggest thing to remember. So like now, if we're going to import the whole course into here, then I go to settings again, and I'm going to go up to import. And just like last time, I'm going to select copy a Canvas course, but this time when I say course shell, I am going to choose all content. So this is once you've set up your semester 1 course shell, and in August, when your new classes pop up from IC, you can go into that class and you can just say import all content from my course shell. And your course shell probably doesn't have any due dates, so you probably don't have to do that. But if you wanted to, you could go in and remove the dates. But then you import, and it will again take its time running depending on how much stuff you have. You'll see a little progress bar, and then eventually it will tell you that it's finished. Okay, so now when I go back to home on Shell 2, I'm looking at Shell 2, it's got all of it's got the module that I first set up, but it's got everything else is copied over too. So it doesn't replace anything that you have added to, it just adds everything extra in there. And then you can also copy a module. So let's say that I just want, we've copied one individual thing. When I went into settings and I went into import course content, and I say copy a Canvas course and course shell. When I select specific content, and I'm going to go to select the content, notice that I can select the module too. So if I've built a unit and I want everything in that unit, but I don't want all the other units, I can just select that one unit. So if you wanted to just import things into your course as you go, unit by unit, you can do it that way as well. So you don't have to import the entire course. You can import just the individual assignments or just the module, but you can also just import the entire course. So that makes it nice to be able to do that. And this is going to be a short one today because I'm just running through this. But the other thing that you might want to do, and really I can only see you wanting to do this if you need to export it to maybe take to, like if you're leaving Fayette County going to another school district and they have Canvas and you want to take your courses with you, or if you want to share your course with another teacher, but you don't want to necessarily add them to, as a teacher, to your shell course. You could do it a couple of different ways. Then you can export. So in this one, I am going to go to, let's say I'm going to go to this class, and I want to export this class as a package. So I have the units, the modules here. I go in, again, I'm going to go down to settings, And then I'm going to go, instead of import this one, I am exporting. And so I'm in the class that I want to copy all of this information. So I export the course. And then I want to choose export course type as course here. And so I create it. Again, I'm going to get a little progress bar. And then if it doesn't show up here, you can refresh your page and it will show up. But here's the course that's exported from less than a minute ago. I have one that I exported earlier. When I click on that link, notice it's downloading down here. So I have that, and I can save that then in my Google Drive. You probably can't email it because it's going to be too big. But you can, but that's the file then that you would share with other people. You can't really open it. I didn't mean to click on that. Close that. Okay, whatever. Oh, I don't want to. All right. So once you have it exported, you can share it with somebody else. You can take it to your other school. And then when you're ready to open it back up and put it in, you go into your new course or your new Canvas when you're in your new school district. And I'm going to say new course. And I'm going to create, so I create my course shell or the new course, and I am going to then import this, that exported file. So I go back to settings and I go to import course content. And this time, instead of choosing, I'm going to copy a Canvas course, I'm going to go to this, I want to choose the Canvas course export package. And so then I'm going to choose the file. In my case, it was in my downloads. And open. And I want to choose the all content to come through. And again, I can adjust the event dates if this was like a class that had due dates and things on it and not just a shell. Then I would say I just want to remove those dates. And I'm going to import. And it's going to take its time, tell us it's queued, give us a little status bar. And then when it's completed, we can go back to home and see that everything is there. Everything moved in. It's also the things that are published are still published. The things that weren't published are not. So pretty quick. And now that was a quick one because these courses are very, they're very bare. They don't have a lot in it. So typically when you do an export or an import or maybe even a copy, it will take longer to do. I did have a course one time that had a lot of videos in it and it bombed out a lot copying. So if you have something where you've uploaded a lot of videos, that may cause you problems, but you know, to get around that, just upload your videos to YouTube and then you can, you know, just put the links to the YouTube in there. So I think that I have covered everything. Let's see, I did the discussion and the edit, how to copy an assignment, one thing, how to copy the entire course, how to export the entire course, and how to import the entire course. So that's a lot of steps, a lot to do, but do you have any questions? All right, well, you may have to watch it and rewatch it to see how to do that, which is fine. It's going to be recorded and posted this afternoon. So you can watch it and rewatch it. And if you have any questions, let me know. Hopefully next week, let me look at what I had planned. Maybe next week I might be able to do, I'm thinking I might do something about rubrics and maybe grouping students in Canvas and also adding prerequisites. The prerequisites are like, for example, if you want to make sure that maybe it's a self-paced thing and you want students to do one thing before they move on to the next, you can add prerequisites so that they have to do all of the assignments in this module before they can go to the next module. And then I think, I haven't done much with the group students, but I'm going to play with it and see. But I think with group students, that would be good for, especially like students who have accommodations, to be put in one group, you know, give an assignment only to one group, or maybe, you know, students who have, who need acceleration. You can change up who you assign things to, so you can, so everybody doesn't see it, only the students who are in that group see it. I think that's the way that works. Again, like I said, I haven't done a lot with it, but I'm going to play with it and see, and show you next week. Okay. All right. Well, if you don't have any questions, then that's it. Thanks for coming. Yes, I think so. For everybody, not just for the special ed teachers. All right. Well, we'll see you next week. Or maybe not, but I'll see you soon.